And peekaboo. Look, it's me. I'm here with a new video with no eyes. Just an auditory experience. Because either I just don't want to see what's going on, or I'm going to be completely disgusted at what I'm about to witness. Because, let's be honest, the past, like, 2 legendary heroes that they had this year, I'm counting more specifically the legendaries, they've been kind of a nuisance in terms of they have this really weird thing about them that makes them more or less annoying. I mean, you look back at Claude, Fallen Star, not exactly the most flattering thing to deal with up until when we got Inez. And then Sigurd, he, just going up against him myself personally, I have not enjoyed it. And that was even before EDELGARD. So depending on what happens here, I can't say I have many expectations except for this is going to be really dumb, I feel, just based on the track record that the game has been on this year. But at the same time, I'm here for a surprise. I don't know what's going to happen. All I know is that it's going to be somebody who's green. And I'm trying to keep my eyes closed just so I don't see the hero, so I don't spoil myself. Okay, whatever. We're good now. Oh boy, this is going to be... I mean, a lot of people said it was Micaiah, but I'm honestly not too sure. But we'll see. Okay, who is it? Okay, then. Green Mage Byleth. I didn't expect this.
Gifted me her power.
Okay, sure.
So, I was changed.
So you're also wielding a tome as well. Wow, a lot of people are definitely mad because they really thought it would be whatchamacallit. They really thought it would be Micaiah, but no, it's Byleth. Okay. What the hell? What? You're still wielding your sword? I'm sorry, what? That's your way of doing that? Oh my god, you've got to be kidding me. That's hilarious.
The flow of time.
Oh my god. So you're only dealing in like I think just killing blows, I believe? I don't know. Okay. Julia. Leaf. Lif. Bramimond. Hell. Plumeria. Yeah, Anand, and then Aranus. Yep, those two were already discussed before. And Dogger. And Note. Oh yeah, both of them, of course. I mean, overall, it's kind of stacked. I mean, what have you got for rain? You've got Hell and Dogger along with Byleth? Sure. Okay. Right. I was actually kind of hoping it would be Micaiah in a way, just to see what would happen, but I mean, seeing Byleth like this, I mean, I'm not surprised. A lot of people really did think that when Byleth would happen for like a legendary, it was going to be female. Last time I checked, I'm pretty sure this is a guy. So that's interesting. We have male Byleth, enlightened one. I mean, it was bound to happen eventually. I just didn't think everybody's going to happen like this soon and be, you know, the male counterpart, but it's whatever. Sure. But yeah, he's the green mage. Everybody knew he was going to be green, at least based on what was given beforehand. So sure. Infantry, and he's the water legendary, which is more stuff to add to the water legendary pool, I guess. Because that's always a fun week. All right. So he's got a new special and a new weapon. And everything else is basically new otherwise, but okay. Professorial text. God, I'm dyslexic right now, that's fine. All right, so he has slaying. If you initiates combat or is within 2 spaces of an ally, gets +5 to all stats. And if his speed is higher than the foe's speed during combat, you utilize effects that guarantee foe follow-up attacks and prevent units follow-up attacks. Allies within 2 spaces gain that same effect as well. I mean, sure. That's actually not too bad. I kind of like that. That feels, in a way, at least, the way that I perceive it, is that it feels kind of healthy, actually. Because there's a lot of dumb stuff in the game that's just like, hey, we're just going to screw you over because, hey, we've got stuff that can prevent your follow-up attack, or that we get guaranteed follow-up attacks. So being able to passively give this out for free just by passing a speed check? Wow, that's really good. And I mean, to be fair, looking at this right now, I know everybody's already going to kind of call this, but I'm just going to say it right now. This is literally supposed to counter Hegemon EDELGARD. I'm saying it right now. Because to be... Okay, let's be honest. Everybody is going to have a higher speed stat than Hegemon Edelgard. So what's going to happen here is that you're going to be within 2 spaces of whoever is going to go into combat with that Edelgard. And they're just going to destroy that Edelgard because, well, you can actually get 2 attacks now just by passing a very easy speed check. So, I mean, I don't want to preemptively say that her reign is over, because it's definitely not, because not everybody's going to have this Byleth. I mean, to be fair, you have to pull on a legendary banner for this unit. So it's just like, whatever. But if you have Byleth, well, you're going to have a lot of, you're going to have a fun experience dealing with a lot of those stupid units. Especially in Arena more so. But it doesn't really suggest too much for AR, sadly. But what else do you expect? Otherwise, special. Sublime Heaven. I'm going to assume that this is going to be non-inheritable. But, I mean, that's what we said with Respite Sky, right? Right? Oh, God. Boost damage by 25% of units attack, sure. If in combat against a dragon or beast foe, boost damage by 50% instead of 25%. And disable non-special skills that reduce damage by X%. Yeah. This is 100% non-inheritable. Because if that happened, damage reduction would just be gone. Completely. I mean, if it somehow is, I mean, sure, why the hell not? But there's no way in hell this is going to be. This is literally just a better Ruptured Sky, just based on the value facts. You get 50% of your attack damage dealt when you're going up against a dragon or a beast foe, which, I mean, more fun for Hegemon and Edelgard. And you're literally disabling damage reduction as well. So it's just like, oh my god. Yeah, no, this was literally meant to help you against Hegemon Edelgard. And I mean, another thing, attack defense ideal 4. That's just upping your attack and defense, so I mean, sure. Why not? I mean, I don't think there's anything that's suggesting that this Byleth is slow. But I mean, it's nice to have, you know, some tankiness. I don't know. Then again, you also have wall attack res, so that's more for damage output and tanking, whatever. And then times pulse just to get Sublime Heaven down instantly from the cooldown of 1 because of the innate slaying. So I feel like we actually kind of don't know exactly what his stats are going to end up panning out like, I feel. Just because it's really hard to tell just based off of what's being shown in the combat and also just from the kit. Nothing is really standing out, I have to be honest. I really can't get that big of a read on for this. I think if anything, he's going to have like a solid attack stat. Probably like 38 or 39. I'm pretty sure you can probably actually... You can tell this stuff actually, right? Yeah, you can.
A few moments later.
Roughly, he's going to have about 40 attack. I'm probably wrong on that, so don't fully quote me on that. You'll see the stats in like 24 hours or so. So this is going to be completely invalid by then. So it's just like whatever. But that you can at least gauge off of. He's going to have a good attack stat, which I think is kind of the point with the rest of the kit, which you can definitely get off of. Is going to do a lot of damage, which is what you would want him to do. If you can pre-charge your Sublime Heaven, which in most cases you should be able to, you're going to get off a measly amount. Like, even if you're just going with the 25% attack, that's still fine. I mean, that's basically a Draconic Aura. A little less damage output that you would get usually, but I don't think that really matters because you're getting it basically instantly. Just based on the fact that you're going to have Sublime Heaven permanently on 1 cooldown, and then Times Pulse is always going to make it so that you get your special at the start of the turn. It's just, you know, just what's going to end up happening. And if they survive, well, there you go. You can just probably end up attacking again, and you'll just have it again. And just, it's very straightforward. You're just dealing a lot of damage. But I feel like where things ultimately lie is the rest of his stat line, just to see where it's going to lean towards. More so specifically if he's going to have like higher or lower speed, higher or lower defense, res, so on and so forth, and all that. Because I'm honestly not too sure, to be fair. He's going to have enough speed to where he can do some sort of doubling stuff, but I don't think that's where it's going to be that prevalent, to be honest. I feel like if anything, my guess is that it's going to be around the same-ish speed that male Byleth had when he was originally put into the game, which was like high 30s, I believe. It was like 38, if I recall correctly. So it's probably going to be something like that. It's going to be enough to where you're going to deal with a lot of the slow and tanky armors, especially the ones that have some sort of weird damage reduction. Because, I mean, the damage reduction is going to be a thing, especially for those. But even still, you're just negating any damage reduction as is with the Sublime Heaven. So he might not even necessarily need any of that speed to, you know, dodge any of the damage reduction, because he doesn't need to. He doesn't need to be super speedy to do what he needs to do. He just needs to go in with one hit that's, you know, unrestricted by any sort of damage reduction. I feel like Byleth in a way is going to be meant to be, or he's going to be built more like, I would feel like Bramymond, I feel, just because 40 base attack is something. You're not going to have like any sort of like attack buff from your weapon or not. But I feel like what's going to end up happening is that Byleth is going to get usually, probably for the most part, attack stacked. Because I think that his bulk is actually going to be pretty good, I would imagine, just based on everything that we have. So you're not necessarily getting follow-up attacks, which sucks. But I don't think that's really the point here. Because you're going to be able to do whatever the hell you want. And I think that's fine. I mean, even if you really wanted to, people are going to do some sweet builds with him. I know that for a fact. Just based on the fact that you have the null follow-up built in. It's just like, you know, based on a speed check. At the same time, do you really need it where you're doing massive amounts of damage? Because I'm not too sure. I don't know. People are going to do some weird stuff, but I think for the most part, you're going to be attack stacking on him. Kind of like Bramymond, except you're not going to have the follow-up. Which sucks, but it's like, whatever. I would say, maybe if anything, do whatever you would do with like Scythia. If you're going to just attack, or just stack off of attack and not necessarily speed. Because they're going to play basically the same in that regard. They both have slaying in their weapon, 2 cooldown specials, times pulse. Kind of just seems perfect for that. It's just that it's going to be more focused on everything that isn't necessarily speed, but you're going to have enough speed to do what you need to do. And I think that's the whole point of this Byleth. So it doesn't feel completely... It honestly doesn't feel that broken, I'm going to be honest. It doesn't feel like you're going to get completely gimmicked out by anything. The only thing that you really need to worry about is if you're going to get screwed over by the speed check null follow-up that he gives to allies. But even then, I don't even think that's too bad because, let's be honest, if you're just running a regular core of non-armor units, you're going to be fine. This isn't meant for you. This is meant for dealing with other nuisances, which I've already mentioned. Hegemon Edelgard, other Edelgard, every single Edelgard that we have. Yeah, pretty sure. Among others, but you know, the most prevalent is the very obvious one. So you probably know what you're going to do when you're going to pull on this, but let's be honest, who's really going to pull on it when people are still saving for COIL? It's literally around the corner, for one thing. But at the same time, you might be able to get away with a few pulls here and there, just because I don't know what's going to happen, but my gut feeling is telling me that there's going to be a Fade channel coming up really soon, just based on the fact that there's summer stuff happening, I feel. It's around that time of year to where something would happen, but at the same time, I could be wrong. I don't know. I just have that gut feeling that something is on the horizon, but I'm not too sure. But hey, who knows? But all right, that's gonna be it for this video, this analysis, this reaction, this, you know, me being a little shit, but it's fine. If you liked what you saw here and you want to see more of it, feel free to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and leave a like. If you're going to be pulling on the spanner, or what do you think about Byleth and all that, let me know in the comments below. And yeah, my name is Val, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye-bye.